Here's an interview from one of our past shows on Rock and Metal Revival. If you're interested in hearing full shows, go to our Facebook page and check out our list of affiliates for times and places where you can hear Rock and Metal Revival. There's brand new music right there from Fear Factory. It's called Recode. It's off their latest release called Aggression Continuum. And with us today from Fear Factory is Dino. Welcome to the Revival, Dino.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you having me on the show. And thank you for getting all the titles right. Aggression Continuum, because a lot of people can't say the word continuum.
You know what? When I read that first, I'm like, I'm going to get that right. And you know what? A great album. I've been listening to it here for a couple of days now. And, you know, I've been trying. It's been a trying few years for you guys in Fear Factory. I've been a fan for a long time. And not only has it been a lengthy court case prevented any activity from the band since 2016, but it untimely led to the departure of your frontman. Despite all this, Fear Factory Machine sounds like it's alive and well. Tell us about what's going on since this album pretty much was finished.
It's been a long road out of hell, but we are so happy to finally get it out for everyone to listen to. Yeah, we went through a long, lengthy court battle with the trademark name Fear Factory. So from about 2016 to like 2020, we couldn't actually use the name of the band because it was held up in legal court. But luckily, this past July 2020, that I was able to regain the rights to the trademark and finally get the record out to you.
Well, now, so correct me now if I'm wrong here. Is Fear Factory a band without a lead vocalist?
At the moment, we are without a lead vocalist. That is correct. Right now, we are on a worldwide search for the next vocalist for Fear Factory.
Well, I got to ask you, like I said, been a fan for a long time, seen a lot of shows in Milwaukee. Were you shocked? Were you shocked or disappointed that Burton actually left?
Yes, but it's not a surprise because he's done it in the past. Back in 2002, he quit the band, and then he quit the band again in 2007. So it's not really that much of a surprise. I was just kind of a little disappointed in the way he quit the band. You know, he was kind of, for whatever reason, he was pretty bitter, and he kind of like tried to sabotage the band. And it was an ugly period for me to have to try to go through that on my own. But luckily, I was able to get this record out to everybody.
Well, like you said, you know, you're on the search for a vocalist. I bet there's a lot of vocalists out there that would love to be the new lead vocalist for Fear Factory. Have you had a lot of inquiries about that gig?
We've had a lot of inquiries. I mean, I'm counting over 200 people that sent in video submissions. But you know, because of the global travel restrictions, some of these singers can't get to me yet. So the next step is doing in-person auditions and also just seeing the chemistry and seeing the vibe and see if we're going to be able to, you know, move forward with this new singer.
Well, you know, Dino, when I sat down with the album, when I first got it in my hands, I sat down to listen to it, and it kicks off with Recode. Right from the start, you know it's a Fear Factory album. I mean, you guys have a tried and true method and a sound that you have that you guys have kept for years and kept Fear Factory fans out there. Now, you know, I mean, are you going to be able to get out there and get this played live to us anytime soon?
Yeah, well, as soon as the world opens up, you know,
yeah,
and we're able to, you know, pick a new singer, we're going to be moving forward for sure. You know, we're predicting that it's going to be early next year that we're going to be able to get out there and tour. I can't wait to play this record in front of you know, an audience, and I just can't wait to actually get outside my house.
I hear that.
I know different states it's different, but here in California, we're just barely opening up. So. Yeah, I can't wait to get back on the road. It's going to be great. Yeah, this record's killer. I can't wait to get out there and play these songs.
I'll tell you, one of the tracks that just reached out and kicked me right in the ass was "Fuel Injected Suicide Machine." I love that tune. Can you tell? That is so Fear Factory. Do you know what I mean? What's the story behind that track?
Well, the story behind that track is actually based off one of our favorite movies called Mad Max. We're talking about the early movie Mad Max. There's a particular character in the movie called the Knight Rider, and he called himself the fuel-injected suicide machine, and it's based off that character, and it's based off what he's going through while he's sitting in that car, just running over everybody in its path, and and then he meets his fate when he knows that Mad Max is coming for him.
And well, that's cool. You know what? I've seen that movie, but now I'm going to have to go back and watch it again. I wanted to chat a little about the fantastic 3-disc blue vinyl reissue of one of my favorite Fear Factory albums, Demanufacture. That was just been released? How involved with that were you?
100% fully involved all the way through, from the inside of the packaging to the picking the color of the vinyl to mastering it and to getting these live tracks that are on it mixed. So it's a 3-disc set. So the 2 discs have the actual album, and the 3rd disc has a live set that we did in 1996 Ozfest. So
all right.
The band was on fire. Yeah, the band was on fire. We were ripping. It was great. And we never released Demanufacture on vinyl in North America, only in other parts of the world. So we wanted to make it available for people here,
I totally understand. I love it. And, going back to the Ozfest, that was the first time that I actually got to see or find out about Fear Factory. Been a fan since that Ozfest. And I just want to ask you how you feel the music industry and the whole world as far as metal has changed since coming on the scene back in '96.
Ooh, well, metal goes in phases, you know what I mean? Because back in that time, 1996, we were in a different era of music. Grunge has pretty much taken over, and then it was pretty much around the time the birth of new metal. Bands like Korn and a bunch of other bands to follow. But music comes in cycles, and I think it's amazing that it does that. I know a lot of bands kind of disappeared in the early '90s. In particular, some thrash metal and some glam metal, but all that's come back full circle. 10, 15 years later, and I think it's great.
I really think it's great, too, and I think it's great that we're having a new Fear Factory album, which get out to your stores and pick it up. It's called Aggression Continuum, and we're speaking with Dino from the band Fear Factory. So you said maybe a tour, you get out about 2022 out on the road, and this album, like we had talked earlier, was ready around 2017. So have you been writing maybe another album maybe in 2022 before you hit the tour?
I've already been writing new music for sure, but it's kind of a little bit too soon to talk about that. I really want to focus on this new record because it's killer, and I can't wait for people to hear it. But yeah, I have, that's one of the beauties about this COVID-19 is that you're able to, catch up on a lot of things, and one of them is writing music. And so I was able to, to write a lot more music since I've been, at home, and it's great. To do that. And it's, in a way, it's in a weird way, I was happy to be home because I was able to focus on things that I never really had the time for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you'll probably be hearing some newer music after this record's out sooner than later.
All right. Well, I got to ask, I always like to ask this especially when a band we haven't heard from or seen them for a while. Is there any message, Dino, that you want to get out to the Fear Factory fans, as far as the album and what's going on with the band?
Well, the album's fucking sick, and sorry.
That's cool.
Well, the album is sick, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it. But as far as us moving forward, we're going to get this new singer. We're going to, get prepared. Probably release a song or two before we hit the road, go on the road next year. And I also want to say thank you for supporting the band for the past 30 years, because this year is our 30th birthday.
Nice.
The band started October 31st, 1990. And so we're celebrating 30 years of that. And I'm happy that this new record was able to come out actually on that 30th birthday. So, I just want to say thank you for the support over the years, and it's greatly appreciated.
Outstanding. So where also can you the people catch up with you on the socials? You got all the regular suspects?
I'm very vocal. I'm very involved in all my social medias. Yeah, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, and I think that's it. You can also go to my Patreon page, which is where I play all my guitar playthrough videos. I do my instructional videos. I released amp patches there. I do a lot of stuff there. So if anybody wants to catch up on that, they can go to patreon.com/Dino Cazares. And if there's anything on Fear Factory that they want to know or purchase, they can go to fearfactory.com.
Outstanding. Well, I got one question left, and it is pretty much the standard question that we ask every band that comes on Rock and Metal Revival. And now, Dino, if you go back through the whole Fear Factory catalog, is there one song you think might have broke it all wide open if you'd have added the cowbell?
Yes. Edge Crusher I think would have been great with a cowbell.
That's outstanding. Sure. That's outstanding. Hey, you want to give us a track off this album as we head out of the interview?
Yes, I do. This next song is called Recode, and if you are into movies like Terminator Salvation, this you can vision this song being in that movie. The song is massive. It's got massive riffs. It's got amazing chorus. It's got a bunch of orchestral stuff going on, and it sounds like a movie soundtrack. So enjoy.
All right. Well, Dino, we appreciate you coming on Rock and Metal Revival and welcome you back anytime.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.